Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Gundam Build Breaker. Today we'll be featuring this one that I have dubbed the Bit Gundam, because it is in fact resolving all around the use of bits, for it is a funnel build. So, briefly going over everything, we got a Stark Jigen head. It is, along with most of the rest of the body parts, built around having HP capacity, reduction of, reaction speed increased, bit of health recovery, extended activation, awakening, and item farming shenanigans. Everything but the head is part of the Gundam Calibarn Permat Score 5 from the Witch of Mercury, because it has the very fun use of gun bits. Well, and because I like the look of the Permat score, like creeping along the body. I don't quite understand why they didn't make it to where it was like the Unicorn Gundam, where there was just the ability to use the Unleashed ability and then it would, Permat score extend and whatnot. But they didn't, so we're using this. Anywho, yeah, so let's say HP, recovery, some hit break combo, and farm just to keep everything to where it does the farming of parts well. Some speed boost on the legs, but speed boost doesn't really matter because we're mostly standing still. Not where the bread and butter of this, a lot of it comes in here with the guns. So having high attack on your ranged weapons makes your funnels do more damage, along with having attack power funnel EX does in fact make your funnels do more damage. Extended activation of hypertrance I always just like to do because hypertrance is just good because it just gives you more damage when you don't have your hit stuff maxed out. So I like it for that reasoning. And these are general weapons as far as just being like, sure, they have high attack power and they can work for a variety of EXs when I want to use them. Now, this melee I actually built specifically essentially to do EX gauge farming with, because again, it's a final build, didn't really plan to do a whole lot of punching and kicking and whatnot with it, so I'm like, don't really need to focus on that. Don't need to focus on the close range OP because I don't have any on here anyway. Shield is the shield from the aerial to keep more of the gun bit theming along in there. And then builder's parts. We have the GN fangs on the left and right legs, GN holster bits on the back, and two tri-blades, one on left shoulder, one on right shoulder, just to keep a little bit of stuff up. And then we have the FX burst mode as our awaken, or our burst action, I should say. I chose that because there's not really a funnel themed EX that I'm particularly aware of. Burst action that I'm aware of, and because it gives me another way to have a hypertrance active, and so I like that. As you can see, have all the skills, OP skills. We just got the two tri-blades, ability cartridges, HP, gauge cost down, a little bit of attack boost on attack range, some parts, more EX gauge farm and parts loss, and just a little bit of gauge recovery. And yeah, that is the build. So let's go and hop into a new type mission, and I'll show you what she does. While I get this all set up, I will say I am in fact sorry that I am posting this later than what I usually do, or have been trying to do, I should say. I was going to get it posted up yesterday, however, I had some personal issues pop up, and that left me delayed, and so we're doing it now. I do have some other things planned here for the future, because I need to talk about the update that it did, because it is such a good update, so much quality of life, with the searching that they added and all that, and so, yeah. But we're here to talk about this for now. So, basically, you have to actually do a little bit of work getting it built up to the first 2 bars of EX, and then after that, it's pretty easy. we launch our GN Fangs. Now, with this, I do like to specifically target the weaker units first, because then it lets you be able to have plenty of EX gauge built up by the time you are wanting / needing to go and be fighting this bigger guy. And of course, Awaken Gauge, when I remember to actually activate it, because I am like the world's worst about doing that. Now, something that is funny about this, so with the way funnels and, well, all EX skills that are work the same way that these do, but we're talking about funnels here, of course, so they are very interesting in the sense that these gun bits are very good for their cost to damage ratio because of the fact that I'm getting and launching like, let's see, 5 or 6, whatever it is, bits of funnel around. However, it's only costing me 2 EX gauge, because that's the same thing that would cost if you were to be simply using one of them. And so if you were to use the C funnels off of the Gundam Age FX, I believe it is also, those are actually only going to cost you 1 to launch all 6 of your funnels. And so if you play things right and do things a little bit smart, you can actually get a whole lot of bang for your buck. And I think it's interesting. And so while, yes, I'm using the Fangs and the GN on here, it would almost ironically be a bit better if there was something, somehow could get those actually built onto the Gundam instead of just builder's parts. Because, as I said, builder's parts are good, but their overall cost ratio is technically worse than if you were to just be using regular old parts from your Gundam.
Keep it going.
Oh, this one's just to defeat the units section. Oh, well, we're still going to defeat everyone anyway. We get more rewards that way. next.
Do you think we can take it?
I'm pretty sure we'll be just fine when. One thing I do think that is rather interesting about this build is that, in an odd way, you're kind of relatively self-sufficient in terms of, like, the EX gauge that you're using. Like, it's not... You're not making a huge amount of excess or anything like you are, like, with an atomic build. But you're not hurting for energy all the time, either. Like, it's just kind of a generally good, balanced mix of functionality and fun? Utility? I don't know. The words that I'm looking for are escaping me at this exact moment, but you understand what I mean, probably. So, like, this is one of the things I mean about, like, why I like this EX. Or, sorry. Burst skill, because, you know, here we get to a section where it would be very helpful to have all of my funnels going at the same time. Well, because my burst gives me an EX, I can use all of my energy going directly to it, and therefore can just do it and get all this nice meaty damage off. And yeah, I just think it's neat. And because of all the buildup of activation that we have built into the build, we can use it and pretty much just go right back into it if we really wanted to. A little bit of extra damage. Kill all these annoying ads. Because how dare they have the audacity to exist. I've never seen it do the kicks in that slow motion before, so it looks kind of funny. But yeah. That is the build. You know, as long as you're able to clear S ranks, I said that wrong. As long as you're able to clear new types with S ranks, I will consider a build good. But yeah, anywho, that is in fact the build I wanted to show y'all. So, thank you all very much for watching. If you liked it, be sure to like the video and leave a comment or two. Let me know if there's anything in particular y'all want to see built. I'll be more than happy to try and build something, because there's a very high likelihood that someone has a build that is not something I've thought of in the slightest that I could go and build and see what I think about it. Yeah, I think I've covered everything. So, like I said, I got some more plans for the future. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.